Hi there, Tracy here. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am doing the September 2025 sheet load of cards, part of a collaboration with Crafty Owl and our sheet load team. So let's hop into the video. Okay, so today I am using some paper from Graphics 45 and some cardstock from Michaels, and it's kind of a cream colored, so I'm going to be using that for my matting layers and for my card bases. So in today's video, this is part of a collaboration hop with Crafty Owl. And this is Graphic 45 paper. And friends, I buy my paper in singles on scrapbook.com just in case I, want to hoard other papers. So you can find everything you need to know listed in the description box below. And you can go over to Crafty Owl's channel and watch her September sheet load intro. And find out how you can download your free copy of the sheet loads of cards. So I do want to ink these up, and I'm going to do one on camera mostly. I'm not going to do the coloring on camera. And I want to kind of just ink these up a little bit on the edges and kind of just put this first card together. And this could not be an easier sheet load and quick. Now, let me qualify that by saying that I made mine complicated, but you don't have to. And not complicated like hard to do, just long because of all the steps that I took. So there is a link to the playlist also in my description box below. So all you need to do is click that link and it'll take you directly to the playlist. But also I have each individual team member listed and their channel down below in case you don't want to do the playlist. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't, but hey. So I'm putting together this small piece. And then all I have to do is cut that in half diagonally, so that makes life really, really, really easy. Well, depending on how straight you cut it, you cut, how thick your paper is, and how good your trimmer is. But I didn't really have any problems with this, and I had used that 110-pound cardstock, which is almost doubled up. I think the Graphic 45 is probably about 90 pounds. I don't know. So I'm going to edge these as well because, I want it all to be part of the situation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stitch these on. But in order to stitch them, I do need to get them held in place first. So I'm just going to tack these down right in the middle so that there's no wet glue and I can get to work right away. Otherwise, if you have wet glue, you need to wait for your glue to dry before you take anything like this to your sewing machine. Now, in an earlier part of my life, I was a quilter. And I've made many, 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 many quilts, or quilt tops, I should say. I have quilted things too, but mostly just quilt tops. And so I'm super, familiar and well versed on my sewing machine. If you're not, skip this step. If you don't want to sew it, because it does take extra time, don't do it. And you can see my tension is uneven on the back, and it's fine on like one layer of paper or on fabric, but when you start going 3 layers, it gets a little wonky on you. So I add extra glue to my threads, and then I'll just add glue to the rest. I do not recommend, if you've stitched something, to use a tape runner. But I wanted this set of sheet load to be extra special, so I took a lot of time and effort in them because, I had that gorgeous Graphic 45 paper. And I will list the name of it because it went by so fast I didn't see it in the description box below, so you can find it. One of these days, I'll make a little video of me stitching paper, just in case it's something you want to try if you happen to have a sewing machine laying around. I basically only sew paper with my machine, but it's a heavy-duty Singer, and it wasn't that expensive. So I'm going to put something heavy on here and give it a chance to dry. And then once that's dry, I'll come back and we'll complete this card, and then I'll show you all 8 of my cards. So that's dry, and what I've done is I've stamped out this flower, and I've also stamped a word stamp on it. So this is just a little Hero Art set that I got probably years ago, and it's going to go popped up on here. And then the Sending Lots of Love, I use the same sentiment on all of them, and it's just 2 parts to this old Big Thanks Autumn Simon Says stamp set. I recently did a destash and didn't think about it when I destashed a lot of my Gina K stuff, because honestly, friends, I'm not a floral person. I know that's hard to believe when you're looking at this, but I was more about the colors in this one than I was about the flowers. And so, but there's a lot of great sentiments in those, and I just didn't think about it, but that's okay. I still have plenty. So I've got this popped up, and this is some higher foam tape. I think it's a 3mm. I'm just going to get this tiny little piece to support that little leaf. And I colored these on Hammermill paper with my alcohol markers. Because I'm doing so many of them, my Crafty Critter paper is too precious to me to make 8 of them. And especially if I make mistakes. So I'm going to pop this up as my focal point. I don't know what I was doing there, but I did. I did it. Get that popped up, and then I flagged my sentiment. So I did cut these as strips as it is in the instructions on the printable. And this is just a little bit lower of a profile foam tape, so it's about 2mm. And I get my foam tape, this foam tape at least, from scrapbook.com. I've got white and I've got black. But it goes fast, friends. If you're a popper like me, I do like to pop things up. I just feel like it gives the card character. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of embellishment and we'll be done. So a quick way to do these would be to already have pre-made ephemera and sentiments. And then you can get this thing done probably in 30 minutes. I don't know. Just depending on your speed and what you're using. Liquid glue takes a little bit longer to apply than like a tape runner. So it just depends on how you function. So I'm just going to put 3 on here. And for this one, I'm putting these sparkle spots from Trinity Stamps. And you'll see on my 8 cards that I have something different on each card except for the sentiment. So we'll just get these laid down. And come on, get up here. Get on there. Stop moving on me. There we go. Okay, I'll get this cleaned up, finish those cards, and I'll be back to show you all of them. I absolutely love this paper. And I'm happy about the flower I chose. It's not necessarily one in the group, but it kind of is. So here's, beside me is what you see I have left over. And that could go, on an envelope or something. Because I did decorate the insides too, which I don't typically do, but I thought might as well just use this up. So you could cut like a little circle or something and place it on the back of the envelope. But here's the first card that you saw me do on camera. So these are all top folding. And then just get you kind of close. And then I just put the little flags on the inside. And then I did an orange flower with kind of a purpley center. And you can see that I changed the orientation of my my triangles so that the left triangle is on the bottom instead of the top. Just to change things up. So something like this would make a fabulous gift set. And then I've got myself a yellow flower. And I also changed the orientation on the insides of each one of the cards. And I've got little pearls on those two as far as my decoration goes, my embellishment. And I've got some pearls. And these are all Trinity Stamps pearls. So there's the inside with my sort of coral color flower. And then I've got a deep red colored flower. And again, I've changed the orientation up on those. And the little flags on the inside. I've got a pinkier coral flower with an orange middle. Then I've got a kind of a yellow flower, a pale yellow flower. And finally, I have a kind of a peach cream colored flower. So that's my 8 cards. I hope you like them. I hope you like this video. If you do, leave me a thumbs up. Thank you for stopping by. Take care. Bye-bye.